Well, this is the progress.
Hello, my friends. Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa Stringworks Man Cave. Don't have a whole lot for you today, but I did make progress. And might as well just get that out of the way. Here's where the wall stands, the final wall that's going into the building.
Well, this is the progress I've made this morning. This is going to be a door here. There's not enough room to put a header in it, but then again, this isn't going to bear any weight. This window, will get trimmed out yet. I've still got to put the siding in here under the window and above the window. Then I have to put all the trim all the way around, and I've got to do that. Of course, I got to put the battens on also. So once I get all that done, this wall can be set in place and the building itself is finished. Then we just have to start the roof process.
So if I'm not careful, by tomorrow I should have a complete building, at least in terms of the walls. Then, of course, the roof is going to be a separate major project all by itself, and it's going to be pretty darn high. I mean, it's not very high compared to the driveway, but if you fall, you're not going to fall on the driveway. It's going to be, I don't know, probably 16, 18 feet, maybe 20 feet even, possibly at the peak. So it's going to, it's going to be high enough that you'll be a little nervous, or I'll be a little nervous up there. I'll say it that way. But we'll figure it all out and find some halfway safe way to do that. As long as it's halfway safe, I guess we're in good shape. So this afternoon, or after we're finished here, I'll probably go back down there and finish up that little bit of siding on the wall. And I doubt I'll do the trim today. I probably wait until in the morning to do the trim. But I have to get caught back up on. I still haven't caught up on my email, so I've got to get that caught up today. And there's a package, and part of that email is about the package that's from Italy for that Cometa Systems company that I ship out for. And so I've got to get that package shipped out today, and it's perfect timing because I'll be going into Rolla tonight to play at Dickey's Barbecue Pit. So that's usually when I take things to UPS anyway, is on the nights that I go to Rolla to play music. So it works out perfectly. Well, anyway, I'll be fairly busy the rest of the day, and then if you're available and in the area, come by Dickey's Barbecue Pit in Rolla this evening. We start playing at 6, and we'll play till about 8:30. Let's go to the comments and see what we've got today. Looks like Joe Nigan was the first one. Ronald Todd was there. Let's see. Dottie's praying for us and praying for, she's looking for prayers for her grandson still, and I hope everything works out really well there. Let's see. David Tharp says, public service announcement, boomerangs and attention deficit disorders do not mix. There's not very much that does mix with attention deficit disorders. That getting up on top of a roof doesn't really mix with that either. James Copy, my son Glenn has created classrooms and a performance hall for his Attuned School of Music. This is supposed to be the community, including the Chamber of Commerce for League City, Texas. Cool. I hope he's very successful. Moving on down, looks like he has another comment. Do you think community-based music schools are a good thing? Well, I think pretty much any kind of music school is a good thing. So yeah, it was one of the most fun times I had was the community lessons that we had. It was quite a while back now, but that worked out really well. And a lot of people, I still see them at the jams that learned how to play there. it's pretty amazing how many people learned how to play at our community lessons. And then, they couldn't play at all before that. And they're still playing today. And that's quite a while back now, 15, 20 years ago. Let's see. Wavy Gravy. While all the little boys were playing football, I was practicing the banjo. It paid off. I can still kick a banjo 60 yards. I'm not sure I could. Boy, those things are heavy. Let's see. Moving on down. Bill Rhodes says, good afternoon. And all the Rosa rebels, he says. Looking for more question marks. After we went live, looks like Bill Mumbo was the first one in there. And then David Tharp says, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, you must be crazy. Ducks don't talk. Wavy Gravy. Speaking of ducking, my cousin used to be a professional prize fighter. I won't say he was lousy, but he used to sell advertising on the bottom of his shoes. Yeah, I kind of get that one. Let's see. James Copy. Do you know the song Hello Walls? Yeah, I sang that one. I learned that one a few months back and sang it on the channel for, I don't know why exactly, but I did. Let's see. Ronald Todd, Jerry, I just finished making my parachute cord mandolin strap, and it turned out very nice. Thanks for all the tutorials. Well, cool. Yeah, again, I just say one more time that sometimes, most people, I shouldn't say most, some people don't like the paracord because they say it cuts into their shoulder. Well, I don't feel that at all. I really don't. What the advantage for me is on the paracord using that for my strap is that it's so small it fits in the case real easy without all the fuss. When you use a wide leather strap that a lot of people use, man, you got to get them coiled up just right and curled just right and tucked into your case just right, or you can't get it in there, and so that's why I like the paracord. I just throw it in the case, close the lid, I'm done. So there's some things I don't mind, it's probably, I'm trying to think of the right word, the opposite thing. Like for me, on a lot of things, I have a lot of patience, but on a lot of things, I have zero patience. And one of the things is like busy work, which is like folding up that stupid strap and putting it in the case. That's busy work to me. And I have no patience for that. So that's why I like to just throw it in the case and close the lid, So there's some things I've got no patience for at all. Ben Boyd, you're looking a little tired, Jerry. Get some rest if you can. Well, I'm always tired. I was born tired. Let's see. Dottie Hildebrand, I love my paracord strap. Well, good. Jeff Puris, there are quite a few comments about blue chip picks. What is your opinion, please? Well, I've talked about it several times. I've said on multiple occasions, prior to experiencing the blue chip picks, I would never have bought one. I would never have paid $40 or whatever they are to get one of those picks. I would never have done it. You couldn't have talked me into it. But two of my wonderful viewers sent me two picks. They were identical picks, and two different people sent them to me. And I absolutely love them. Just absolutely love them. It's the only pick to use, in my opinion. And I said before, I would never spend that much money. Well, now, if I lose these, I guarantee you I'm going to go buy another one, because that's how good they are to me. I love them. Absolutely love them. So it's worth spending the money for that now. I wouldn't have spent it before I ever tried one. Would never have done it. But since my wonderful viewers sent them to me, I wouldn't be without them now. I've got 2 of them, and I guard them like gold. I really do like them a lot. Let's see. Ronald Todd, mandolin is not that heavy. Maybe a guitar would hurt. Yeah, it's possible too. I don't know, just I've heard a number of people say that to me, like, I don't know how you use that little thin strap. That would cut my shoulder, and I'm like, doesn't bother me at all. The Freeze says, my problem on that lawn tractor was a leak fuel pump. I bought a cheap Chinese pump and presto. Yeah, well, I've got a new fuel pump for ours too. I guess I'll try putting that on next because I gapped the spark plugs. I put in the new spark plugs just out of the package. I didn't bother gapping them, and I know that you're supposed to gap them, but generally speaking anymore, seems like you don't hardly ever have to gap a plug, or if you check them, they're always right. So I didn't check these. Well, sure enough, they were a little wider than they should have been. So I gapped them down, and then I put them back in there, and I said, go ahead and test it out now that I've gapped the plugs. Well, she tested it this morning, and sure enough, it still wasn't working. So it's got nothing to do with the plugs or the gap or anything. It still could be something to do with the wires. But because I've already got a new fuel pump, I'm going to go ahead and put that on there now and see if that changes anything. Gee whiz, it's just a pain in the neck. Let's see. Outboard Tinkerer. Hi, Jerry. People will say I look tired when I'm wide awake, and I look good when I'm dead tired. Go figure. Well, I'm not exactly real tired right now, but I've done a pretty good day's work already. I mean, building that wall I started it this morning. I started it at 8 o'clock and finished at about 11, and so about 3 hours there. And it wouldn't take me that long necessarily to do that. It's just that, a lot of this is rough sawn lumber, so you have to, sometimes you got to put it on a jointer to get an edge straight. Sometimes you got to run it through the table saw to thin it down. I mean, there's a lot of extra steps when you're using this kind of lumber. So it takes a little longer to build this way, but it's good lumber. I'm real happy with it. David Tharp, football is a contact sport. Is that the reason you seldom see the players wearing glasses? Yeah, I would imagine. A contact as in, okay, gotcha. I missed your point at first. All right, well, guys, that looks like that's going to be it for today. It's a nice short one, and if you're around in the immediate area and you can come to Dickey's this evening, please do that. We'd love to have you. I will see you tomorrow with something else, and very likely we'll have that wall in place by tomorrow. So we'll see you then.